Sometimes walking away from someone is not a cowardly act but a necessary step to protect your peace. When you no longer feel respected, walk away. Your self-worth is more important than an unhealthy relationship. Sometimes cutting off contact is the only way to protect yourself. If someone can't appreciate you and it causes you pain, have the courage to walk away. Life is too short to be dragged down by unworthy relationships. Cutting off contact isn't admitting defeat, it's a courageous step forward. Some relationships are not meant to be held on to but to teach you when to let go. Don't be afraid to cut ties with toxic people. It's the only way you can continue to grow. You cannot bring happiness to others if you're living in pain. Have the courage to distance yourself from those who hurt you. Sometimes the only way to protect your soul is to walk away from those who damage it. Life is too short to be led by those who do not bring you joy and happiness. Allow yourself to let go of those who are no longer essential to your life story. It's liberating. I've learned that sometimes, to protect my mental health, I must be brave enough to walk away from those who don't respect my worth. Surround yourself with those who bring out the best in you, not the stress in you. Cutting ties doesn't always mean hatred, it means protecting your peace. Your mental health is more important than any relationship. Recognize when it's time to let go. Don't let someone rent space in your head if they're not willing to pay the emotional rent. Walking away sometimes means closing the door for your own well-being. Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is let someone go. Not everyone you lose is a loss. Know when to cut your losses. Boundaries are not selfish, they are self-care. Trust your intuition. If something feels off, it probably is. It's better to be alone than in toxic company. Cutting ties with toxic people is a sign of self-respect, not selfishness. Letting go doesn't mean giving up but rather accepting that there are things that cannot be. You can't change people, but you can change who you choose to be around. Protect your peace. It's okay to distance yourself from those who drain your energy. Value yourself enough to choose what you deserve over what you desire. Closure begins when you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. Walk away from anything that diminishes your worth. Your mental health is more important than holding on to a toxic relationship. Don't be afraid to remove toxic people from your life. It's better to be alone than in bad company. Forgive them for yourself, but never forget why you needed to let them go. Cutting ties isn't about losing people, it's about gaining peace. Surround yourself with those who lift you higher, not bring you down. Don't let someone's inability to see your worth become a reason to doubt yourself. You can't change the people around you, but you can change the people you choose to be around. Sometimes walking away has nothing to do with weakness, and everything to do with strength. Ending toxic relationships is like pruning a tree. It may hurt at first, but it's necessary for growth. Distance yourself from negativity so you can nourish your soul with positivity. Self-respect knows when to cut ties with those who bring chaos into your life. The hardest part of letting go is realizing that the other person already did. Your peace is worth more than being around people who can't respect it. Cutting toxic ties is not a reflection of your weakness. It's a sign of your strength and self-respect. Sometimes you have to distance yourself to see things clearly. Don't sacrifice your peace trying to save a relationship that only causes you pain. You deserve to be surrounded by people who make you feel good about yourself. Letting go of toxic people is essential for your growth and happiness. Your life is too valuable to waste on people who don't appreciate you. Cutting ties doesn't mean burning bridges, it means prioritizing self-care. Never feel guilty for putting yourself first and cutting out toxic influences. The right people bring out the best in you, the wrong ones bring out the stress in you. Your time and energy are precious. Don't waste them on people who don't value them. Cutting ties with toxic people is not about losing them, it's about finding yourself. Distance yourself from anyone who prevents you from being your best self. Value your peace of mind enough to walk away from drama and toxicity. You can't change someone who doesn't see an issue in their actions. Know your worth. Don't settle for relationships that make you feel anything less. Letting go is liberating when it frees you from negativity. True strength is knowing when to walk away from toxicity. Your happiness is your responsibility. Cut off anything that threatens it. Sometimes, the most compassionate choice is to release someone from your life. Invest your energy in relationships that nurture your growth, not hinder it. Quality relationships are fundamental to a happy life. Choose wisely who you surround yourself with. Respect is the cornerstone of every healthy relationship, reflecting our commitment to justice and dignity. Alignment of values is crucial. Choose relationships that support your moral and personal growth. Selfishness disrupts harmony. Seek relationships where mutual respect and support prevail. Protect your inner peace by distancing yourself from manipulation and abuse, prioritizing your well-being. Trust forms the foundation of all meaningful connections. Nurture relationships where honesty and reliability thrive. Enduring abuse is never virtuous. Prioritize your dignity and well-being above all else. Mutual support fosters growth. Cultivate relationships where both parties thrive in personal development. Living authentically requires clarity. Confront manipulation with integrity and a commitment to truth. Stagnation impedes virtue. Choose relationships that encourage continuous improvement and ethical growth. Wisdom lies in knowing when to walk away. Prioritize your peace of mind over toxic relationships. Every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue. Choose relationships that embody your highest ideals. Emotional energy is precious. Invest it in relationships that nurture and sustain your inner peace. Toxicity corrodes the spirit. Choose relationships that nourish your soul and foster growth. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. In the end, it's not the years in your life that count, it's the life in your years. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. The best relationships are the ones where you can be yourself and still feel loved. True friendship comes when the silence between two people is comfortable. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. The greatest victory is to be victorious over yourself. You will not be punished for your anger, you will be punished by your anger. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it is a constant attitude. Closure begins when you accept that letting go and moving on is more important than projecting a fantasy of how the relationship could have been. As we grow older, we become more aware of our needs and what is truly important. It's not about being selfish, but rather about ensuring that we protect our own well-being. The older we get, the more we realize that time is precious, and we cannot afford to waste it on people or situations that drain us. You may face moments where you feel guilty for cutting ties with someone you once considered important in your life. However, remember that not every relationship is meant to last forever. Some people come into our lives for a season, to teach us valuable lessons, and then it's time to let them go. Your mental health, peace of mind, and overall happiness should be your priority. It's okay to say no, it's okay to distance yourself, and it's okay to let go of people who no longer align with your growth and your values. Walking away from toxic people is a sign of strength, not weakness. Take the time to reflect on the relationships in your life and ask yourself, does this person bring me joy, support, and encouragement, or do they drain my energy? The answer is crucial for your own growth and peace of mind. Sometimes, letting go is the best act of self-care. As we age, we often start to see the value in simplicity. Life becomes clearer, and we realize that peace and fulfillment are found not in chaos or toxic relationships, but in nurturing connections that help us grow. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences is a powerful choice, one that can significantly enhance our happiness and well-being. It's important to understand that not all relationships are meant to be lifelong. Some people enter our lives to teach us lessons, help us grow, and then move on. When we hold on to relationships that no longer serve us, we are only holding ourselves back. Recognizing when it's time to move on is an act of wisdom and self-respect. You deserve to be around people who lift you up, who appreciate your worth, and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. It's okay to let go of those who don't bring value to your life. Sometimes, Walking away is not only a necessary choice but a transformative one that opens doors to new beginnings. As we move through life, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the freedom to choose who we allow into our personal space. Recognizing the need to cut ties with toxic people is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and self-love. Protecting your peace and preserving your mental health should always be a priority. The relationships you nurture in your later years should empower you, not drain you. Walking away from toxic situations and people can be one of the most liberating experiences. It allows you to reclaim your peace, your happiness, and your sense of self-worth. It may feel difficult at first, but it's an essential step toward living a life that reflects your values, your needs, and your true desires. Remember, letting go isn't about giving up. It's about making space for the people and experiences that truly deserve your time and energy. Life is too short to be surrounded by negativity. Choose to invest in relationships that nurture your soul, foster your growth, and make you feel loved and appreciated. The path to peace and fulfillment is often paved with difficult decisions. But by cutting ties with those who no longer serve you, you free yourself to embrace the next chapter of your life with strength, clarity, and a renewed sense of purpose.